there, and welcome back to Weird Soda for Life. We have now hit the beginning of Guest Star July, and as always, or as sometimes, our next guest star is, as usual, Mr. Weird. Say hello.
Hi, everybody.
And today, you may notice that we don't have a soda with us. We have a wine bottle.
Yay!
But let me assure you, we're gonna push it real good. Push it.
Salt and pepper? Really?
No, orange push pop.
God.
That's right. So St. Julian's every year, or at least I say every year, it's only been 2, has come out with what I would dub unique wines, or wines for children, or for me, an elder millennial.
Wines for children?
Look, let me run it on the flavors for you. Don't look at me that way. They drink wine for children and friends. Anyway, but Willie.
That's why that's why they would lose every war.
Wow.
Everybody's drunk.
Wow. I'm really sorry. Sorry to the people of France. I don't think we really have a moral high ground to stand on this fourth. So, anyway.
Fair. We love you, France. I am only kidding.
I just love French fries. But back to the reason that we're on the channel. Anyway, so St. Julian's has been making weird flavors for at least the last 2 years. Last year on the channel, and I'll link to it at the end, was a bomb pop flavored St. Julian wine. In fact, I think you and I tried that for Guest Star July last year.
I do remember that.
Because it was aggressively blue, and I loved it.
Yeah, was that the one? No, that wasn't the one that was too cherry. There was a soda we tried that was too cherry, I think. Too.
I feel like the last couple of years have been like the years of bomb pop flavored insert thing here.
Right.
And I feel like maybe you're thinking about the Faygo firework.
I might be. I remember one had too much cherry. Maybe the wine had too much blue raspberry.
Or something like that.
Something, yeah.
You're very finicky when it comes to novelty wine. But anyway.
No, I just don't like really sweet stuff. Anyway.
So why are we married?
That's not the same kind of sweetness. You're the good kind of sweetness.
Write that down. Anyway, my point is, madam. Anyway, my point is, so they've created the bomb pop flavored wine last year. I forget what it was called, but it was deadly blue. Hello, Greta.
Greta wants some wine.
It's not wine for cats. Anyway.
Well, you want to give it to kids.
Anyway. That's different. But this year I saw this orange push pop wine, which is supposed to evoke memories of push pop sherbet. And we'll talk about the third wine near the end of the channel of the episode. I don't know what we're calling these, but I did want to talk a little bit about orange push pop wine. Bob, do you remember these growing up? Because
I do, yes. We had some in the fridge. Yeah, my mom bought some for my sister and I once in a while.
Well, so I also remember them, but as I went down my deep dive of research that I tend to do, what I found was interesting is that other than one random article or forum where some guy was like, my great-grandfather made the sherbet push pop, there really isn't one true origin story for this type of ice cream. Now, they do have history of it being back as early as the 1960s, which is why I asked you. Mm-hmm. But a lot of its heyday actually comes with Nestle. Nestle goes on ahead and copyrights it or trademarks it. I'm not a lawyer. But I remember these because these got released with the Flintstones. I don't know, all my elder millennials out there, shout out. Do y'all remember the Flintstone craze of the 90s? Like, they had the vitamins.
Yeah, I remember the vitamins. We took the vitamins. I remember Fruity Pebbles cereal.
Well, and all those things became pretty canon for at least the elder millennial, and by that I mean folks that were maybe born in the late 80s but were raised throughout the 90s. Essentially, their thing, they had a Fruity Pebbles, as you know, they had vitamins, but they also had these push pops, and so they had, this was the Fred Flintstone flavor was the orange one. They had a cherry one that was Bam Bam and Pebbles, and there was a grape one that was Dino. Dino? Dino?
No, it's Dino.
Oh, good. I thought I remembered that, but then my brain
I'm trying to remember.
There was a lime one, too. But they were all Big and Boulder cherry or something like that, right? But the branding was pure Flintstones.
I'm not sure I remember that. I feel like I vaguely remember the Flintstones pushing the orange ones, maybe, but I don't remember the other different flavors.
Yeah, I mean, there was a ton of them. Again, we've talked about this. I will live and die by cherry flavor more often than not. And I really remember loving the cherries. And my mom would go and pick them up from like a Kroger or a local grocery store. And so it'd be like a pack of 6 and it was all Flintstones themed. And my mother was a huge Flintstones fan in general. And so very much loved Fred. Fred was her man. Sorry, Dad. But you already knew. But
well, you know how I feel about this. They're a ripoff of the Honeymooners.
Wow, way to just stop over a poignant childhood memory.
I'm sorry.
You just actually me.
Well, but they are a ripoff of the Flintstones. Or can't talk. The Honeymooners.
Yeah. Anywho.
Yeah.
And speaking of bad influences for kids, wine for children, and also the Flintstones smoked in commercials during their original run. So.
Did they really?
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Wow, why am I coming at you with the facts today? But anyway, my point is that although nobody knows the origin story, like this is like quintessentially summer. Like you see it in ice cream trucks if you got an opportunity. You can see it in the store, and I don't know about you, but when I think about this is the only like toilet paper tube that I would eat from. Take that for what it's worth, all of you. That, why don't we get to the reason that we're actually here? But I do again want to draw your attention to the fact that it is like exceedingly orange, like alarmingly so. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. And unfortunately for Bob, it's a sip into summer. Oh, hold on, I'm going to read the description. Sip into summer. Orange Push Pop is a refreshing, sweet wine that captures the essence of creamy orange and hints of vanilla, reminiscent of the classic frozen treat. So I'm a little interested by that too, because I really kind of don't remember orange sherbet having a vanilla hint. That's more of like an orange creamsicle, so that might be an interesting thing to pay attention to.
God, I haven't had orange push pops in a long time. I'm trying to.
Well, I mean, this will be an exciting adventure.
Okay.
But what I actually find interesting is that this is shocker, grape wine with artificial flavors and artificial color, and it says colored with paprika extract. The more you know.
Huh.
Okay, so anyway, with that, no, not again.
You have trouble with Todd. Oh my gosh, maybe I do
too.
Oh, no! Wait a minute. I got it. Victory.
Get off my channel.
Well, at least you got it open.
All right, but anyway, let's have. I'm only going to give you a little and me a little as well, because as you noted, as much as I tease you, I know you're not huge on like super sweet things, and this is probably going to taste pretty sweet. It looks.
Yeah, I mean, I do like orange flavor though, so
look, maybe after we turn off the camera, you can finish the rest of the bottle. But I will say too, an interesting thing to point out is that it kind of just looks like flat orange soda. Okay, let's see. Oh, well, I'm just trying to sniff it. You're welcome to get in on this journey.
Oh, okay.
You watch the channel.
Yeah, I don't. Smells like wine to me.
It smells like a little lightly orangey, but like I'm not really getting too much of anything, to be perfectly frank.
Yeah, it just smells like wine. It just smells like wine to me.
And with that,
okay, cheers.
Thumbs up.
Oh. Interesting.
So first things first, that cough was because I got a throat tickle, not because it was bad. But yeah, I would go with you with that. I heard you go interesting. It's good. I like that a whole lot, which I think comes as a shock to no one. But it really does taste, I hate to say, like cheap grape wine with some creamy orange in it. What do you think?
That's exactly what I was going to say. It tastes like grape wine with orange, some sort of orange flavoring in it. It doesn't. Yeah, I mean, the wine taste is more overwhelming to me. It doesn't really taste as much like an orange push pop, but there's orange in it.
I would say I think it's more of a 50-50 split.
Okay.
Like, you get the sort of pseudo tartness of a sweet red in there. It's definitely kind of almost dessert wine esque, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you get that like kind of, I keep using the word bite, but it's like that strong hint of like real strong, cheap grape sweet wine. But I think the orange is actually about 50 on there too. I think what's happening is that it's a sweet orange. Sometimes, I mean, and I've said this, I talk a lot on the channel about like how um, if you have sweet, you need to probably have a little bit of acid to balance it out. And I think that's what this is running into, is that the orange flavor that they've used is also sweet. And funnily enough, not as sweet as the underlying base of the grape wine. I was not expecting that. I don't think it, I think you're right. I don't think it necessarily evokes sherbet.
No.
But I don't think it's just pure orange either, or orange soda. It's a secret third thing. Secret orange.
Yeah. Okay. So I go secret orange, but I would say yeah for most. But yeah, I guess that's about all I can do is go back to what I said. It tasted to me like grape wine with some orange in it.
Well, okay, the $1 million question. Would you drink this again?
Probably not.
Whereas just like last time with their Bomb Pop, I totally would.
I mean, if somebody gave it to me, I'd be happy to drink it. I didn't hate it, but I wouldn't seek it out.
Yeah, I will say, my summary on this is I would drink it again, but it tastes like something that should be more purple looking.
I would agree with that.
But, all right. Well, as you know, beginning of Guest Star July, next week we are finally going to try the new Baja Blast flavor with my weird family. As is tradition, the Baja Family Blast is back on. And then after that, the week after that, Anne of Anne's Amish Market Adventures will be on the channel as well. And she is going to try the third of St. Julian's weird wine flavors, Swedish fish. Did I say Swedish? No, I said sweetest, because that's copyrighted. But it is legit a wine that's supposed to taste like the Swedish fish candy. I'm looking forward to it too, because what? And then finally, we are going to have my two best friends, Amy and Stephanie, on the channel, where we will hopefully be trying the new exclusive, Walmart exclusive Mountain Dew flavor, dragon fruit. So that's all we've got for Guest Star July. I hope you keep tuning in. And until next time, drink weird. And maybe don't shove ice cream in wine. That seems like a bad idea, especially if you're trying to market it to children. That's right. Wine for children.
I'm gonna give. No, we're not gonna give this to kids.
Our marriage is over. See you next time.